Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the next terrifying episode of Random Rhapsodies, Sonnet of Blood. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for this Curse of Strahd playthrough. And joining me around my virtual table tonight are Brandie, Dyto, Joe, Marty, and Natalie. Say hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hola.
everyone.
Hello.
They're awesome. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, HeroForge. Marty?
HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built our tokens for this evening's game. You can build your own today at heroforge.com.
Thank you, Marty. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, moving it entirely, or even putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show descriptions. Last but not least, this Monday, we've got another episode of the Aethertech Wars. The team just discovered that one of their members has had to run off, and the rest of them are delving back down into the tunnels to hopefully finish their mission and find the source of whoever these thieves are. Aethertech War is at 6 p.m. Central Time on Monday. We also have that week our Magi Knight's Awakening game, Dreams of Infinity. That's on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central as well. Now, you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky as @Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok as @RandomRhapsody_TV. And that's going to do it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the land of Barovia and continue on with the Conclave expedition as they attempt to survive. A Sonnet of Blood! And we're back. So, if you've been watching for a while, you should know that we do our recaps by offering up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for a free Nat 20 during this session. If I do the recap, I get the coin, and I really want to use it. I would love a free Nat 20. But chances are nobody else wants me to have that, which is fair, I guess. Disappointing for me, but whatever. Anyway, who wants to do the recap this week?
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, Cog, tell us what happened last time on Sonnet of Blood.
Well, we started off the episode with a little bit of shopping. Decided to check out the little town square. Bought some snacks, provisions. Just kind of checking things out. Noticed there was a lot of people in the stocks with bags over their heads and things like that. And one young man was being whipped quite severely. We didn't get involved. Didn't want to kind of overplay our hand, so to speak. But Natalie, Danika did speak to one woman there that was selling some things, and she says that all the prisoners are held in the Baron's basement, and that it's really not a good idea to get involved. So there's that little bit of tidbit of information we get to keep in our hats. We ran into Rictavio. Turns out he's looking for a friend of his that the Vistani might be able to help him locate. Something about he's hanging out with a pale swordsman, which is interesting. We had heard a story about a great swordsman, and then also about a wizard, and he said he had heard stories about a wizard in the woods from a couple of hunters, so yet again, more interesting things to learn in Barovia. And we decided to check out the church, because if we're going to leave the little boys and the little girl in town, we want to make sure they're safe. But it turns out the father of the church was quite distressed. Turns out some magical bones of a saint long gone were taken, and it no longer has protections against some of the more unsavory things here in Barovia, the undead, the werewolves, things like that. He said he talked to two boys that are in the church, but he didn't get any information from them. He, crazily enough, allowed strangers to talk to him. And it was a good idea and a bad idea, because Danika, do you know that she is just as dangerous as she is beautiful? It's really quite strange. I mean, it's impressive how terrifying she could be. And those boys immediately spoke up. The older one, that was Milavage. Was he the older one? Yes.
Yes.
He was approached by Henrik Vandevort, the coffin maker, with 50 gold to take the bones. He didn't know they were important, and he sold them to him because he had a friend who, quote, wanted to do a special ritual to save the town. Now, what ritual is supposed to be happening in, I don't know, a little over a day? The Festival of the Rising or the Blazing Sun. So I'm putting two and two together that perhaps the Baron had the coffin maker get the bones from the church to do his little special ritual that he says is going to save the town. So now we have to find out if he has the bones, and we're going to probably have to end up fighting and killing somebody. I know, it just seems to be our way, isn't it, folks? That's what happened.
Okay, very well done. There you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it. It's only going to last today's session. Wow. Expedition members. While Danika, Delphine, Vide, and Cog have all been exploring Veros and speaking with the many townspeople there, Urzak, you had elected to stay behind with Irina at the Blue Water Inn. Just in case the sheriff discovers that one of the strangers in the village looks a lot like the dolls he regularly forces the toy maker to make for him. So, you've kind of been there while your friends have all been running around. Now, for the first couple hours, you watch as Irina reads to the children from a book she borrowed from the inn. Once finished with that, Irina forces the kids to get into their beds that you had rented in your rented room for an afternoon nap. But while that's going on, Urzak, with your passive perception, you would be able to hear the sound of something of a commotion going on in the inn's common room below you. I'll remind you that your rooms are on the second floor of the Blue Water Inn. There's a balcony right outside the 2 rooms that you have. And that balcony looks down onto the common room itself. So it's not really a big surprise that you can hear what's going on down there. You can't really make out what they're saying. You don't have a super high passive perception. But you can hear a bit of a commotion. You can hear that there are at least 2 voices. One deep and angry sounding, and the other feminine. So, Urzak, with that in mind, what would you like to do?
I'll go out quietly and see if I can, maybe overhear some of the conversation without being too conspicuous.
Okay, well, good news for you is now that you have that grayish breastplate that you're wearing, you're a little stealthier than normal, so let's see just how good of a job you do. Opening the door, sneaking out, and getting onto the balcony without making a sound.
Well, I don't have disadvantage anymore, but it is still only a +1 to this roll, so we'll see. Hey, that's a 19.
Hey, you know what? That's a 19. That's pretty damn good. Even Irina is kind of occupied with the children right now, getting them settled into the beds, and so she doesn't notice as well as you quietly open the door and step out into it. Now, the common room below you is very well lit. There is a strong fire in the fireplace. There are many candles on candelabras throughout the area, just hanging right above, like between where you are and the ground floor. But you can see quite well, and it is also still daytime out. It's only about 3 o'clock-ish in the afternoon by this point, and so there's the doorway that leads out into the outside area. That there's stairs that lead down to the bottom that you have to go down to get out of the inn from. That door is open as well, and there is some light so you can see what time it is of the day. Now, down in the common room, the commotion that I described is at the bar itself. You can see a familiar figure, an individual in a very large cloak, tall, almost as tall as you, or about as tall as you are, big, broad shoulders, bald head of the sheriff. He is currently leaning on his devil arm. I'll remind you, he has a bright red arm that is clawed in black, vicious-looking claws and has spikes at, like, the elbows and stuff. He's leaning forward on the bar with that arm, while his axe is kind of embedded. The bottom spike of it is embedded down into the bar top itself. And he's leering down at your... Well, I don't know if I would call her a friend just yet, but the innkeeper, Muriel, he's leering down at her, and you can hear his voice now kind of saying very loudly, "Listen up, woman. The Baron calls for wine, and wine he will get." And as he says that, he is pounding his fist down on the bar top. Muriel, for her part, is standing there in a little bit of a defiant stature. Her back is straight, her chin is up. She's got her hands are at her side. They're not clenched, but you can tell she's trying to be just as intimidating back to the sheriff as she says to him, Listen here, Urzak, and listen well. I've told you before, the shipments haven't been coming from the winery. Our stock has been dwindling and dwindling down, and we have next to nothing left. I can't give the Baron what he's asking for. The sheriff then pounds his fist as hard as he can down onto the table. And he says, I don't need your excuses. The Baron says the wine must be here and the wine's gonna be here. If you don't produce what he's requested on the day of the festival, you and that husband of yours will be locked in the stocks. Make no mistake about it. You always like to boast about how the winery are your cousins. You have the family connection. And the Baron demands results. I don't care if you have to run there and back. The Baron expects the wine. You are in the shadow of the upper part of the balcony. Your back's against the wall a little bit, but you can see the scene clearly. What thoughts are going through your head right now?
I'm thinking about what we know about the winery. There was... My memory's a little foggy. There was a raven that, like, Danika spoke with and said that there was a problem at the winery that we know about. There was a fire or something. Is that correct?
Something was taken
Something
from
was taken.
them
Mm-hmm.
that I think helps grow their stuff. And wasn't it? We thought the hag in the swamp had something to do with it.
Okay.
We just didn't have a chance to check her hut before we left.
Right.
Oh,
Because someone got upset that the boy was taken. We all know who that was. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry to
It was
interrupt.
me. I was upset.
It's true.
Love you, Dyto.
Urzak, if you like, you can also make a history check to see if there's anything else you can remember about that.
All right, I'll give that a go. 16.
You can remember the fact that that raven did come down. What the raven said was that the winery was attacked by the hag,
Mm-hmm.
and you can recall with that 16 that the woman you had met, or that Danika had met, not you specifically, but Danika had met at the Circle of Standing Stones on the opposite side of that drowned village. She had mentioned that there was a hag named Baba Lysaga who lived there. You'll also remember that Strahd had mentioned the night that he took Davos from you, that you all were lucky that the Lysaga was not at her hut. He accused you all of trying to sneak in there, actually, when she was gone, and mentioned that she was gone and had other business that night.
Right. Mhm. And do we know about how far away this winery is from town?
The lady had mentioned that from where you were at the drowned village, the winery was at the top of the hill. Actually, it was the top of more of a mountain than a hill now that I'm looking at it. But she kind of... I'm trying to remember exactly how she put it. Let me just do a quick measure. So yeah, she had mentioned that it was about half a day's journey from where she was over the mountain and on the other side of it from Aldra. You unfortunately don't have the map on you. That's something that Delphine always keeps on her.
Right.
So you would not be able to look at it to get a more accurate estimation, but if you kind of triangulate it, at least a good day's journey from where you are now.
Okay. I think for the remainder of the time that Urzak is in the inn, Urzak is going to stick to the shadows, but keep a very close eye on the door, because we're not sure what he'd do if he saw Arena at this point.
Absolutely. Urzak doesn't last there much longer. The two of them argue a little bit more. She tells him, look, I'll do what I can. I'm I'll send my husband tonight if I have to. We're doing our best, but from what we haven't heard from the family in quite some time. The shipment just hasn't arrived. There's not a lot we can do, and the sheriff threatens her one last time, reiterating that if the wine is not there, they're going to be arrested and put in stocks and probably whipped. And he threatens, a few other odds and ends, and eventually ends with, "If you have a brain in your head, you'll send your husband now." His last act is to pull the axe up off of the bar, splintering the wood a little bit in the process. And then he turns and hangs it up on his back and walks out once again. I'll even give you since you rolled so high on that 19, we'll say that you creep over to the doorway that leads outside, and you pause in the door frame, just watching, hidden there in the shadow, as the sheriff starts making his way to the east.
Okay. All right.
You head back into the room once you see the sheriff gone?
Yep.
Okay. So once he's out of sight, you make your way back into the room. Irina is waiting for you at the door. She glances back over to the three children who are in their beds. You can see now that the candles have been blown out. The shutters have been pulled in on the windows to darken the room as much as possible. And Irina will whisper to you, "Let us go into the next room. The children are trying to sleep."
I look and try to see if Davos is actually sleeping.
You definitely see his eyes open. He quickly shuts his eyes very dramatically, as kids do. Irina leads you into the next room. Once the two of you close the door, she'll turn to you and say, "What is going on? Why did you leave?"
Well, the sheriff had some words with our friendly barkeep here about the winery. Apparently there's a problem going on. He wasn't very nice about it, as you could probably tell if you look down there.
This sheriff, you all keep mentioning him. He worries me.
He worries all of us. I mean, have you seen that arm? It's
I
grotesque.
I have not seen
it.
She kind of chuckles a little bit at that, and she says, "How are you doing, Urzak? You've seemed different since the battle with the Hags."
Hard to put into words. I have spent the last few days reflecting on who I was before coming to Barovia, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't think that person will be leaving Barovia.
You do not believe you will leave Barovia?
I will. He won't. It's been a weird couple of days. I mean, you, if anybody is gonna relate to that, it's you.
It certainly has been a very strange couple of days. A week ago, I could not imagine leaving the village, let alone traveling so far, seeing the things that we have seen, having to slit my own brother's neck. I have been thinking a lot as well, Urzak, about everything we have seen, about the things I saw when we were in Algiba. The vision I saw when we found that statue, it's as clear in my mind now as it was the moment it happened. With everything else that has happened, fighting the hags, discovering this magic that I have. I met you all when my brother asked you to take me to the abbey to find a safe place for Strahd. But Strahd himself walked into our camp, dispelled your magic, and did not even give me a second glance. I don't know what I'm saying, Urzak. Beyond, I feel like going to the abbey is not the thing for me.
What do you think is the thing for you?
You told Davos that you were going to destroy Strahd. That you saw the injustice he was doing, and you wanted to stop that from happening. Is that still your goal?
For what he's put me through, for what he's put you through, and all of our companions, I can't forgive him. And I know he's probably listening, but my thoughts are clear on the matter. We'll do whatever it takes.
I have things that I want too. I want to know why I have memories of a child. I want to know why that woman vampire was feeding on me. And why the Lord of the Land raged in a fury when that happened. I want to know why I have these powers, and I do not believe that going to an abbey is going to teach me anything about that. But you seem on a path to deal with the real issues in this land. And as I tagged along, some of the questions I had, well, they weren't answered, but they gave me more questions. My belief is that more of these questions may be answered, or at least put into context, if I continue with you and your group.
We'll have to, this will be an important discussion that we'll have to have with everybody, but if you feel that you want to continue with us, it seems like Algiba is a bit of a non-starter at the moment.
She kind of nods at that and says, I understand. It's just something I wish to verbalize. It has been on my mind since the windmill, to be honest.
Well, you've come a long way, even in the days since you've, first exhibited signs of magic.
I feel like this experience is changing all of us, and I do not know into what, but my father always used to say that change is a good thing, so long as you recognize when the changes happen.
If there's anything I've learned in the last days, it's not who you were that defines you. It's who you will be.
But for now, I do agree with you that I should stay hidden until we understand why the sheriff is having dreams about me or someone that looks like me. Just walking around and having him see me is too dangerous, but...
Yeah, for now, lay low. Keep the kids safe. We'll figure out next steps once we get everybody back together.
But what you said about the winery is worrying as well.
Mm.
You should probably find the rest of the team and tell them no, let them know. I will not leave this room. And as you said, the sheriff has left, so I do not think you will be back to look for me. You should probably let them know what the sheriff has said.
Just give her a very curt nod and get going.
You slip out of your room at the same time as Irina. Irina heads back into the room with the children to stay with them. The last thing you see of her is a very quick glance back through the doorway at you to return your nod and say, hurry back. So, with that going on, let's turn ourselves back to the rest of our team, who had just finished speaking with the two children at the Abbey, or not the Abbey, at the what is it called? St. Andral's. Yes, at the Church of St. Andral's. So, the four of you said that you were planning on heading over to the coffin maker. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we need to talk to him as soon as... I would almost say we need Urzak, the whole group, but we really need to talk to him as quickly as possible.
Well, here's the funny thing. Because, conveniently, for the sake of plot, by the time your group finishes speaking to the kids and start making your way down the street back towards the coffin maker, that's about the time Urzak would be heading out into the city to track you, or the village to track you guys down. And as luck would have it, the church is on the west side and the coffin maker's on the east side, so y'all are just going to end up running into each other. How convenient is that?
That is so convenient.
The amount of times we've walked from one end of this town to the other today.
Your steps in today.
Yeah, just today has been quite a bit, yeah.
While we're leaving the church, can Danika look back at the kids and point at her eyes and then point back at them like I see you?
Yeah, you
Always
definitely can, and I feel like even without an intimidation check, they would jump. But let's see how much you intimidate them.
This is my favorite.
I love this side of Danika.
For the culture, get another nat 20.
Turn on us later. Because we terrified the children.
Where are you at? Intimidation.
Oh,
A
shit.
19.
19. Yeah, they both just jump, and the older of the two, the one that actually stole the bones, pees himself a little bit.
God.
Why so much?
Wait, again?
Again.
Again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he
Poor
peed
kid.
himself last time.
This kid is just going to have a phobia against half elves for the rest of his life. But yeah, I mean, after terrifying a canically 15-year-old teenage boy, you all go heading out into the town. You eventually make your way past the Blue Water Inn as Urzak is making his way down the steps. And so you would see your group making their way back from the west side of town.
Keeping up the smiles and be like, "Hey, buddy, aren't you supposed to be watching someone? And why do you smell like shame?" Never mind. But aren't you supposed to be watching somebody? Hmm?
Under control. You can see the smile is still very obviously like, but it's better than.
I couldn't possibly know about the private conversation that other people had in chat while you were talking. Well, if that's under control, all right. We have some updates. I suppose you could come along with us.
I have some updates myself, so let's swap stories, huh?
Well, we are out in the open. That's probably a bad idea out here.
Then we'll talk later.
Is that shop real close? The quiet spot, the Rictab, or that's on the other side of town too, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, it is on the other side of town, but it is in like the same little complex area as the coffin maker. Like, if you look on the map here, this big red building there, that's the general goods store, and right across from it, right there, that's the coffin maker.
Well, perchance, what languages does Urzak speak?
Oh, common, orc, elvish.
Well, there's not a whole lot of elves in town. I think we have the only ones besides Rictavio. Isn't that right? Because isn't it mostly humans in this town that we've noticed? Except for
the
guy with the
Rictavio is
devil
the
arm?
first non-human you've encountered.
Right. Well, then, yeah, I guess he would start kind of saying in like whispered elvish, and he'd start telling him, he's like, "Yeah, we think the Baron is behind some nasty things. Bones went missing from the church. Church no longer protected. We think the Baron had the coffin maker bribe one of the poor boys that worked there to steal the bones. Oh, and some of the stories we've heard about, like that one legendary swordsman and the wizard, Rictavio knows something about them as well. And so do the Vistani.
All right. Well, our dear friend the sheriff made a stop at the inn while you guys were out. Was not happy about the wine situation in town, and we know something's up at that winery. I think it'll cause
that old lady outside the hag's hut in the swamp said something about something happened at the winery. And then, I know some of their people were taken, and the hag was behind that. Maybe that's why the wine stopped.
That might be worth a look, because if apparently if they don't get that sorted out by the festival, it's going to be problems for.
Well, I mean, that's in a little over a day.
Yeah.
It's also when we think the bones are going to be used for whatever Blazing Sun ritual they come up with. I don't know how we're going to get to that deal with the winery issue. In the meantime, I don't think we have enough time.
Well, I think
How
the
far did you
bones
say it was,
are
Matt?
more important.
At least from the hag. How far was the hag site to the winery, or from here to the winery?
At least a day's journey. Because it was over a mountain and down on the other side on the upper part of that northwestern slope.
So we certainly wouldn't have enough time to get there and back. Maybe we could talk to the Vistani. Maybe they know something. There's supposed to be a camp somewhere nearby. Well, we know there's where the Vistani were in the inn. Were they still in the inn when you left?
Did I see any Vistani when Urzak was there?
Make for me a perception check. We'll do this retroactively.
It's a 10.
That is a 10. You did not.
Okay.
Alright. We gotta look out.
Think so.
Keep a lookout for them and Rictavio, because maybe he's already run into him.
This bone thing seems a little more pressing. That sounds bad, whatever they're doing.
Oh, that's why we're going to talk to the coffin maker. He's the one that bribed the poor boy. And, well, shit, she speaks Elvish. He's gonna whisper real quiet. Hopefully, she can do it. I'll do a stealth check to see if I can whisper. Now, this is just me whispering, so will I get the disadvantage, or will it just take...
You will not get the disadvantage.
So the first one...
First one.
Shit. I'll roll really, really low on your perception.
I mean, you do have a nat 20.
No, I can't burn that for this joke. I won't. Cog will do a lot of things. I gotta burn that for this joke. It's not good enough. But he's gonna say, he goes, we have to really worry about Danika around children. She made the poor boy pee himself.
Twice.
Urzak looks back at Danika like.
And I think he looks up, and she's just leaning in. What you talking about?
Danika's gonna look up, and she's gonna look at Urzak, and she's gonna hold up 2 fingers. Twice. I made him pee twice.
Nice.
I didn't know you could hear us, dear.
This is the closest thing to a genuine smile you've seen out of Urzak so far.
He's just gonna mouth while not looking at Danika. He's like, Gary. Yeah. So we're going to talk to the coffin maker now. Tag along. Could use the muscle. I hope not, but we'll see what happens. But everybody smile. Remember to smile.
You're never fully dressed.
It's true.
Danika's gonna grumble a little bit while they're walking, and she's gonna be like, what does he mean I can't be around children? Look at all these cool new skills I picked up. Just imagine when we get back to Davos. How much control there would be.
Right.
I can't argue with you there. No, we can't, because he'll be even more obnoxious. Are you kidding me? Anywho, coffin maker we go.
Coffin maker you go. You make your way down the streets that now about this time it's a little after it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, wait, I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Does this affect it at all? I mean, I'm sure it doesn't. But Danika has the trait City Streets or whatever, and here, wait, it's City Secrets.
Urchin.
So we've been traveling twice as fast wherever we're going. I don't know if that affects time of day then, but we've been going.
No, it's not really affecting time of day. It's only a 10-minute walk from the inn to there. I'm just describing the scene based on conversation time and time of doing all the different things that's been going on. It's just about 4 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you arrive there. The sun is not setting just yet. It is a little lower on the horizon, and as it is always cloudy in Barovia, the area, just the gloomy nature of Barovia clings to you all as you're making your way into the stockyard. Now, you can see the coffin maker's shop the moment you get to the stockyard. It's over on the western side of the area. You can actually see your donkeys in the cart that you have that's been separately stabled now and is waiting for you. You can also see Rictavio's big old wagon still in its same park position. But beyond that, on the western side, is a very uninviting looking building. It's 2 stories tall, and there is a sign hanging on in front of the, or not in front of, but above the front door. There is a sign that's shaped like a coffin, and it says on there Vandervoot's Vandervoot coffin maker. The building is drab looking. Like I said, it's 2 stories tall. It is painted in a darkish kind of gray color. The shingles are very well fitted and dark. Every single window is shuttered closed. And you can see bars, iron bars over them as well. There's a lattice work of iron over the frosted windows that you can see just behind the closed shutters in the cracks and stuff. There is a deathly silence around this establishment as you approach it. Like it's almost as though the animals in the pens on the far side of the stockyard grow silent as your group approaches. Or maybe it's just you can't hear them as well. But it makes for a very eerie sort of sense as you approach. The door is closed. There is a curtain pulled closed over the window that's inset into the door. You kind of look a little bit past it, and you cannot see any lights or anything like that on. So, what do you do?
Well, Danika is gonna walk up to the front door and knock on it.
Okay. You walk up to the door and you knock. And you wait a moment. And there's no response.
Danika is going to try to lockpick the door.
Okay. I mean, this is broad daylight. I will point out, you're in the middle of the stockyard. There are a lot of people, not like clustered around you, but you are visible to a lot of the local citizens. So are you just doing this openly?
Well, probably not. I forgot it was 4 p.m. Danika.
Is there a back door?
Is there a back door? It's a good answer.
Good question. Is there
Or like windows or something that we can look in?
There are windows. There is one on the ground floor. I did mention to you that it is shuttered, which means it's closed off. You can go walk over and try to peer at it, into it if you want, or you could walk around and see if there's another door.
I didn't prepare thaumaturgy today.
Isn't that a
Alpha.
cantrip?
Yeah,
You can prepare cantrips?
I can change out 1 cantrip once a day.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wizards, I swear.
Saving bullshit.
No, actually, that's not. That's just
it's not?
a base wizard thing.
Fair enough. But anyway, so what are
I'll
you
see
doing?
if there's a back door.
Okay. You start walking around the building. You do find a side door. It's actually on the eastern side of the building. the building itself is just a tall rectangle. And so you kind of go around to the side of it, which actually I'll just go ahead and show you on a map, just so you can actually see it. So there you go. And right over here on this side, you can see a side door right there. And there's the front door.
I'll try knocking on the side door.
Okay. You walk over to the door and knock on it a few times. You hear a bit of rustling, like a bit of a clack, and then you hear a voice yell, "We're closed! Go away!"
I'm gonna yell over to everybody else. There's somebody by this door. But sir, we really need a coffin, like, right now. It's an emergency.
Make a deception check.
God. My plus one charisma. My plus one to deception.
I believe in you.
You can do it.
10.
The reply you get is, "Go
About as
away!
fake as
Leave
my
me
smile."
alone!" Yes.
He says he's close, Danika. Maybe you should intimidate him a little bit.
I'm gonna try. Can I try? Well, Danika's gonna knock on the door exceptionally hard.
Okay, yeah. You bang on the door really, really hard. Are you trying to be intimidating, I guess? Make an intimidation check.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. We need you to answer the door.
Urzak just leans back with his arms folded to see how this plays out.
Okay, let's do it. Hold on. A 15.
Don't you have that bard thing, though?
I do have that bard thing. 17.
17. Okay. You pound on the door. What is it you said again?
Roughly? Loudly? Intimidatingly?
No, I can't remember what you said. I'm trying to respond to how you said it.
Oh. So you were looking for a describing word?
No, I was saying, what was it you said again? I couldn't remember exactly what you said, so I wanted to respond to it.
Oh, open the door. It really is an emergency.
Okay. The door opens, revealing, kind of a older-looking gentleman. He is... let's see. I actually think I have something I can show you here.
What would be funny is if we were just boxed around the door, me, Danika, and Urzak right in front of the door. And then Vide and Cog on the other side of the door.
There you go. So yeah, there's Henrik. He is a human man, as all Barovians are. He has white hair, a thick beard, also white. He looks kind of frail, and as you're banging on the door, he opens it up, and you're all just standing there in the doorway, looking at him, and his eyes just go wild back and forth amongst all of them. You can see, he has bright blue eyes, but they are dark and sunken in. Like, he just looks exhausted. Like, just at a quick glance, You know when somebody's been sick with the flu for a couple weeks and they just look really, like, just exhausted and drained? That's what he looks like right now. And he's just kind of cowering there, and he says, "You need a coffin in a hurry."
Yes, sir. Is it okay if we come on in and discuss some things about it?
He kind of nervously looks over his shoulder at all the coffins that are behind him. You can like see past him through the door. There are quite a few coffins just spread out in this room. He's like, fine, come in, just make it quick. I'm not open today." He steps back and allows you all to enter his business, which I'm going to.
Well, we do appreciate it, sir.
You step into this. It's an oblong-shaped room. There are quite a few windows all throughout, but all of them are shuttered and closed with curtains drawn over them. The only light that's in this room whatsoever is from a single candelabra that's been placed on one of the coffins behind him. The man, who you know is Henrik, steps back near that candelabra. That way he can kind of see everybody as you all start stepping into the space. He looks at you all and says, "Okay, well, here's my current supply. I've got a dozen pre-made. If you need a specific size that I don't have, I probably could get one made up in a couple days. What are you looking for?"
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm an interior kind of person. Do you have anything with like a nice crepe finish?
Not really. No, I just do basic wooden coffins.
You don't put any kind of interior in it?
He kind of lifts one up, and you just see it's just an empty box.
Yeah, Granny might not enjoy just laying on some flat wood.
I'm pretty sure Granny's not gonna mind whatever she's put in, being that she's dead and all.
I thought you were the premier casket provider in the area.
I am. I'm just not open today.
I just want to say I'm gonna have everybody else go into the room in front of Urzak, and as Urzak gets in, he'll shut the door and lock it.
No.
Let's see. What is this dude's passive perception? Yeah, I'm gonna say that he would not have noticed this fact. All of you are standing there kind of crowding around that door. Urzak, you're in the very back, so I would say that he would not have noticed this happen. Unless you're trying to make him see it.
No.
Because you did just say you were hiding in the back, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know. He's just like, look, if you need a specific size, let me know. Otherwise, you're welcome to buy one of these and get out.
Danica's gonna move a little bit closer to him, almost in front of him. She's gonna move in front of him.
Okay.
And she's gonna walk around, kind of going around the casket, kind of examining them, and then she's gonna kind of move to this side so that he's kind of boxed in between maybe me and Vide. Vide looks like he's the closest. And Danica's gonna go, well, my poor granny. She taught me, one or two things, but she always taught me that we shouldn't take advantage of people. And then, so she's gonna look at him. She's gonna look him up and down, and she's gonna go, especially children, unsuspecting children. And then she's gonna take a little step closer to him, and then she's gonna go, Mr. What was it, Vandervoort?
Vandervoort.
Yeah.
Or Vandervoort.
Vandervoort.
She's gonna go, Mr. Vandervoort, I know you have the bones, and I know that the kids gave them to you, We need those back.
Make for me another intimidation check.
Oh my goodness.
I'll give Danika the help action by saying we wouldn't want to get the church or the Baron involved, would we?
I
I
like
love it. Do I get advantage then?
Yeah, you're getting advantage on this.
Isn't that one of the ones where it's like an automatic flat thing?
Oh,
You-
well, it's a 22, so it's higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
A 22 and a 20.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So with that 22, like, you just see
Danica
this.
is cracking her knuckles.
Yeah. You see that this man, who's already extremely pale, goes even more pale. And he starts shaking a little bit. And he's like, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to buy the bones. They're upstairs. You can have them. Just don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please.
Oh, we're not here to hurt anyone. Just calm down.
He's like backing
Why?
up away from you all now.
Oh, why did you pay for the bones?
I had to. I was told to. I didn't have a choice.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay. We're all friends here. Who told you to pay for the bones?
I can't. I can't
will
say.
Deal with them. You won't have to worry about this.
Make a persuasion check.
Would that be a good time for this?
Can Danica
Yeah.
do a help action? And
Can you, after you just made another person nearly pee themselves?
Yeah.
I was gonna say V could give the help action and kind of
How are you gonna
place
help?
his hand on it. Place my hand on the gun and just kind of look at the guy.
We're trying to persuade, not.
Yeah,
Kill him.
Okay, what's more persuasive than a freaking gun in your face? Okay.
What does he? I mean,
He has
we
no clue what
don't
the
even know
hell
what a
that
gun
is. Yeah. He has no clue what that is, but it is a
Okay.
weapon. The threat is obviously there. Make your persuasion with advantage, Cobb.
We've got one good cop and four, like, increasingly bad cops.
Yeah, yeah.
Danica's in her villain era, okay?
I love it.
17.
Danica's villain arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man is shrinking back, and he kind of has his back against the wall at this point, and says, "Oh, fine, fine. I'll tell you. I don't know what her name is. I don't know what her name was. She showed up. She showed up late, a couple nights ago. She told me that I had to get the bones, that I could tell the children I needed them for a special ritual or something, whatever I wanted. Just, I had to buy them. I had to give them, to bring them here for her. But she didn't tell me what her name was. I don't know who she was. I never saw her before, but oh my God, she's just as scary as all of you."
What did this woman look like?
She was about yay high, shorter, a little shorter than he is. You estimate probably around 5'6", maybe.
Okay.
She was tall. She was this tall. She was slim. She had dark hair. She was beautiful at first, but terrifying. Just terrifying. She cast magic and just lifted me off of the ground. She pulled me towards her. She looked into my eyes, and what I saw there, it just filled me with dread. She had an angular face. She had dark red lips. She wore the most expensive gown I'd ever seen in my life.
Describe the gown.
He thinks back as much as he can. It was red. It had a high neck. It was very, very slim and form-fitting. I could see every curve of her body. She had a mass of silver necklaces around her neck. She wore a silver tiara across her brow. She wore a partial veil down the back of her head that was also red like her gown. She wore gloves and rings on every one of her fingers.
Does that describe the vampire we saw that bit Irina?
It does not. That one was... Well, they both had dark hair, that much is true. The thing that stuck out about that vampire that you had met previously, she wore a mask across her face that covered, from the nose up, it looked kind of like a skull. Kind of like the opposite of Vide's mask.
Did she happen to touch you with her bare skin?
She hauled me around with her magic.
Curious if maybe she was cold to the touch. So I only ask. So she was using magic, and did she tell you why she needed the bones? The real reason?
She said she just told me to be a good boy and to fetch the bones. She told me that several crates would be delivered to my house the following morning, and that I was to bring them and keep them up in my attic along with the bones until she returned. So the next day, a wagon arrived. It was led by a man in a dark cloak. I didn't see his face. The two horses that drew the wagon were black stallions, the largest I had ever seen. There were 5 crates that in total that he brought in and put in the attic.
Are they still there?
He nods.
Will you show us these crates? I promise we were going to do everything we can to protect you, but you need to cooperate. We need to know everything we can so we can figure this out.
I daren't go upstairs.
Right, everyone?
I daren't go upstairs. She bade me not go up there until she returned. I hear things. Scratches, movements. I'm terrified to go upstairs at all. I've been sleeping in my shop underneath the table.
Who's am I gonna ask this? Delphine, can you tell if he's under some magic spell, the reason why he won't go upstairs? Is there a way to do that?
It's not any magic that I have. You would need something, maybe like a zone of truth. I mean, we really want him to go up. I mean, I've seen you calm emotions, so sometimes maybe if we lower his anxiety.
Well, we could do it. I mean, that does only work for a short time. I mean, I don't know how Kog could say, I didn't prepare a zone of truth today.
Can I just try just an insight check?
Yeah, absolutely.
To see if he's actually just really this scared.
Yeah, make that insight check.
Who needs magic?
This man is absolutely terrified to go upstairs. You can see it quite clearly. He doesn't seem to be under any magic. He's absolutely terrified of that woman and is afraid to disobey her orders.
Well, I mean, he seems genuinely afraid. I'm just gonna pop a detect magic. I forgot I had detect magic. Just
Okay. You can pop up detect magic. I need to see what the restrictions are real quick.
Like a 30-foot radius of you. Excuse me.
detect magic here. Where are you?
Or you can just tell me if you can see it. I need to know what's the thickness it can't go through.
It is 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay, perfect. You can detect magic. From where you're currently standing on, just based on your position on the map there, it is above you and to the west, the southwest of your current location. Above you, on the second floor, you can detect some magical presence there, and it seems as though it is divine.
Sir, you said you are not a magic user yourself, correct?
He shakes his head no.
He does not seem to have any magic auras coming off of him. But there is some upstairs to the southwest. What's up there?
The storage area, my bedroom, sitting room. The bones are in my room. They're under the bed in a chest there. The crates she sent are in the storage area on the other side of the house.
So the bones are on one side and the crates are on the other?
Mm-hmm. He nods.
And the detect magic is coming from which side? The side with the bones?
Yeah, the western side.
Yeah. So there's magic upstairs coming from where he says the bones are. But it doesn't look like he's under any kind of magic.
Well, I suppose let's go get the bones.
I don't think we should leave him alone. But I don't want to put him under any undue stress by forcing him to go upstairs.
Somebody
It's really
keep watch?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a benefit to doing that to him. I mean, I guess. Does anybody want to stay with him? Anybody want to volunteer? Or, I can. I'm just not the most imposing figure.
I'll stay with him.
If something happens while we're up there, we will certainly let you know.
The guy is like against the wall, and he's looking really squirrely right now. Like he's looking for a way to escape. He points to a door directly to the south right here and says, "The stairs are up there. If you're going up there, I'm leaving. If she comes back,
we're gonna wait right down here, and I'm gonna make sure nothing happens to you while my friends extract the bones and see what's in the crate.
If she finds out that you went upstairs and I let her, she's going to kill me. I need to get out. I need to leave.
I mean,
Danika looks at him and she goes, if you try to leave right now,
Oh, Lord.
we're not gonna let whoever her is hurt you.
Kag's gonna pull out one of the bottles of grappa he still has that we got from the fucking Death House Terror in. He's like, here, just drink half, drink a little, drink all. You know, just calm yourself. Because she's gonna know you talked to us. I mean, if she knows the kind of magic you were describing, she's gonna know that you said something about her.
That's why I need to leave. I need to get out of
Well,
here. I need to get
see,
out of
that-
this village.
That's not gonna help you.
I think the cat's out of the
If
bag
you-
here, but
If you stay here, we are able to protect you and make sure she doesn't hurt you.
Alternatively, you could come with us to the church, where, with the bones in place, you'd be safe.
Safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe anywhere. Thanks to you. And he
yeah.
just like slinks down onto the floor and just sits there and begins to cry.
That's our offer. You can think on that while we go upstairs.
He looks defeated. He's just sitting there. His head is in his hands, and he's just kind of sobbing right now.
Danika gives him a little pat. It'll be okay.
Okay. But you can't see the door to the staircase that leads up to the second level. You open it up and you can see that it's just a narrow hallway with a set of stairs going about 20 or 15 feet up to the second level.
All right, let's head upstairs then, gang.
Just give me a quick marching order here.
Urzak first.
Kag will be behind him.
Danika will be third.
Okay. And then Delphine, you're going to be staying down there with the guy?
Yep.
Okay. Well, at your four companions start making their way up to the second level, which I've now moved you all onto. You can see that up at the top of the stairs, there is a small 5-foot landing and 2 doors to either side, the right and the left. Both of them are closed.
Let's go left, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. You open the door into the next room, and you can see that the room is filled with crates and boxes. There's quite a few of them as you peek your head around. It seems that this area goes back about 50 or so feet before it curves off to the left on the western side of the building. It's kind of narrow as you start making your way in. The room reeks. As you step into it, it smells bad. It's just that dank, earthy, mildew, rot smell that just kind of lingers here. You're not sure if like this whole room is filled with black mold or what, but it just reeks of decay and death.
I will pop a divine sense to see if I can find the bones.
Okay. You cast your divine sense that does fiends, that fey fiend and undead. Is that right?
Celestial fiend, undead, or anything affected by the Hallow spell.
Okay, and it's 60 feet.
Yep.
And is there any restrictions on like thickness or anything like that?
Undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Not behind total cover. Okay. You do sense undead here. You can sense their presence. And they're close. They're towards the back of the room. You can also sense, and on the opposite side, the western side of the building, there is that holy presence of what, it's not really hallowed ground, but it is a holy relic that would create hallowed ground if it were in the right location. So I'm going to say that you would be able to sense that divine presence on the opposite side of the building.
All right, let's turn around, gang. Go through the other door.
You say that, which is enough to hear this. No, I don't think you will. As the boxes all explode outward, revealing quite a large amount of undead start pushing themselves up. And I think that's actually an excellent place to go on break.
Well,
so we will be back in about 10 minutes, folks. And when we return, yeah, there's some people coming out of those boxes, and they're not what you're expecting. So stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, the team has made their way upstairs to the second floor of the coffin maker's shop. They entered into the room where all the crates were stacked. Urzak decided to do some divine sense and sensed a bunch of undead. He called out a warning to leave, at which point a bunch of individuals burst out from the crates, and hissing and being, smug at them. So, let's get into that, but oddly enough, at the top of the turn order, it's actually Delphine who's coming up on top. So, Delphine, what's from your perspective? You're just downstairs sitting there with the crying Henrik. What are you doing with him?
Delphine is sitting on top of what? I don't know. Are these coffins on on the floor?
Yeah, they're on the floor.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna sit on top of one and just nonchalantly be like, "So, Henrik, what got you into coffin making?"
Henrik, through his tears and crying, is like, "My father was a coffin maker before me. I learned the trade from him."
jeez.
You make all of these coffins? And I just ask questions about himself and his work
Mm-hmm.
to
Yes.
try and calm him down. I don't like tears. Delphine
Yeah.
does not like tears.
That's fair, and 6 seconds of that goes by, while Danika, from your perspective, you're behind a bunch of crates and wooden boxes, and towards the back, they all just exploded outward in a shower of splinters. Now, the creatures that you see rising from them, at first glance, they look human. They're clad in nicer clothing than most of the villagers you've seen here in Veros. Their clothing looks well tailored in a variety of different colors. There's 5 of them in total. 3 of them are women, 2 of them are men, all dressed very nicely. But as they turn to you, they all just make this very large, wide smile, and you can see quite clearly the points of fangs in the upper part of their mouth. Their eyes is another thing, because it is dark up here. It's not pitch black. There's a little bit of light coming from this area here, which actually I should probably make this look darker for y'all. But you can see a little bit of light coming from the downstairs area, so you at least can see that. But yeah, for the most part, it is hella dark up here, and you can only see a little bit of their forms silhouetted in the dark. However, you know how cat's eyes, when there's a little bit of light, they shine that yellowish color? You see that from all of them. And they all kind of hiss, and they have their arms raised up, their fingers extended almost like claws, and they look like they're getting ready to rush towards you all, but you are the first person to react when you see all this. So what do you do?
Danika is gonna step a little bit forward in front of Cog. And she is going to cast... She's going to cast Slow. Yeah. There you are. I'm going to cast Slow. You'll have to forgive me because I am very bad at making 40-foot cubes.
That's okay. I can help you out with that, because a 40-foot cube is pretty much going to fill this entire area.
Well, I'm going to have it go in the entire area where the glowing eyes are.
Yeah, you can do that. You can see a total of 4 creatures here, so you'd only be able to hit them. But I will go ahead and make those wisdom saving throws on the 4 of them. For the 4 of them, I should say. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, okay, my question, do I have to be able to see them if it's in range of my cube? Because it doesn't say I have to necessarily see them.
No, but you still have to be aware of them, because you're doing up to 6 creatures of your choice. You can see 4 of them. The other one, you don't see another one. You only can have a visual on 4 individuals. So that's who you see.
That's
now,
fair.
you, the player, are aware of the 5th one due to the turn order, but you, the character, can only see that. So,
okay.
4 of them, 2 of them failed, one with a nat 1. The other 2 do succeed with a 16 and a 22. So
Okay. Which one are the 2 that have it?
it is these 2 here, because I basically went clockwise.
Okay.
So you would know at least that 2 of them, the effect does take hold.
Okay. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to give Urzak my bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like it. Give Urzak that bardic inspiration. Do you say anything special to inspire him? Just curious.
You can do it. I didn't.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Okay. That's it for their turn. Next up is one of the undead that you can see here in that corner. It hisses as it comes charging towards you, Urzak. It's gonna move, let's see. 30 foot. As it's moving, you actually, because like I said, it's over here in this back part of the wall, it starts running up the side of the wall. Literally running along the wall. 5, 10, 15, 20, to right there. Jumps off it right in front of you, landing in a crouch, and then it slashes at you twice with those claws, Urzak. Does a 17 hit?
Does not.
Twice their fingers. This is a woman that charged towards you, and you can see the long fingernails. They look razor sharp, and they make a scratching sound across your breastplate, like fingernails on a chalkboard. But when you look down, there's not a scratch on your breastplate at all. That is a miss. And lo and behold, it is your turn, Urzak. What do you do?
All right. Oh, I have so many new toys to play with. I'm so excited. Okay. So this one undead kind of comes up to Urzak and like just ineffectually claws at him, and he kind of looms over. And as a bonus action, I will be casting Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark. Interesting.
They do that.
Okay, they are marked with, let's say, this little shield thingy. Or actually, no, here we go. There's a little target. That works.
So this will just give me an extra d6 of damage if and when I hit with an attack. And some other stuff about perception and tracking and whatnot, but it seems less important right now. And I will take my action and do my 2 attacks. First one, 14.
14 does not hit.
Would it hit if I add the Bardic Inspiration?
You don't know.
I will add the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, roll your inspiration.
What's your inspiration die, Natalie? Is it D6 or is it D8 yet?
It should
I
be
think at level
D8.
5 it's an 8.
I will
Yeah, that sounds
add-
right to me. I'm pretty sure it's an 8.
Okay. That makes the roll 17.
17 does hit.
Okay. And then I will do my second attack and just add the damage up at the end. How's a 15?
15 just hits.
Well, there we go. I will do a second level smite on one of these. So I will do, it's 4d8 plus 5 on this one attack. So 23 plus 5 for 28 damage.
Nice.
And then the other one I will just do a normal attack and get an extra 9.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, that's 20 plus 9, 38 damage total.
You slash at this creature twice, hacking into them. They hiss in pain, and as that radiant energy hits it, you can just smell a sizzling that comes off the creature. It seems like it hurt them quite a bit, that being hit with that radiant energy of yours, because it is still radiant, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it is, however, still up.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot. The spell I just cast gives me an extra, since I hit twice, 2d6
That's right.
for another 9 damage.
Okay, an extra 9 points of damage. Yeah, it looks severely hurt right now. It is still up, though.
Okay. That's all I got.
Okay. Up next is Corwan.
All right, so I mean, I can kind of barely see anything in the room, I guess, right? Since I don't have dark
Let's
vision.
see
I mean,
here. Yeah, you honestly, you can't really see anything.
I guess the little bit of light from the door, I can at least
I'm
see my
gonna-
companions.
Let's see. I
I can
turned
make-
off daylight mode. I just want to see what your actual vision would
Well,
be.
then I got nothing.
Yeah,
right now.
you can't really see much of anything. Like you saw Urzak swinging. You can kind of see like little bits of shapes and that sort of thing. Because I feel like you'd be able to see a little. I'm gonna move this up a little bit more. You'd have a little bit more vision, but not a lot.
So I mean, would I be able to make out him and Danika in front of me though? At least, like
You would be able to make
just-
up the two of them. Yes.
Okay, well then that's really all that matters for what I'm gonna do. Because knowing that there's undead, he would have said something. Kai's gonna go ahead and toss out some spirit guardians around him. And since he can make out the people who are not going to be affected, that's the important part. He needs to be able to see people that he can be unaffected by it. Because if I couldn't, then they'd get hit by it too.
Yeah. I get
And so it's just gonna be. I think was it? I can't remember what we ended up going. Was it beavers? Was it no? You know what? It's just gonna be a bunch of little Eric. It's a little Eric. You know, the skeleton Raven Draven.
Okay.
Just fly or the Skelecrow. Eric
Yep.
the Skelecrow, just flying around him, 15 feet radius.
Okay.
And it's gonna be putting off radiant energy if anything gets within 15 feet of him. And I don't really have any bonus actions to do. So yeah, he's gonna sit where he is at the moment because he is very small, and he didn't see it running on the walls, but he could probably hear it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna sit tight just for one round. Maybe something will happen to light up the room a little better. But he can do something that next round to do that if he needs to. So yeah, he'll just sit put right where he is, 15-foot radius.
Like it. I already set up the radius for you, so you're good to go on that. Next up, we've got some undead. Fortunately, no Hollywood.
Eh.
They're going to be moving. Let's see here. They
Actually,
are
they're
actually
gonna be
slowed is the next one. So that halves their movement speed. They only get an action or a bonus action, not both, and they don't have a reaction. Move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, they would not be able to see the little aura at first, I feel like. They just kind of run straight on into it. So they are going to have to make that saving throw from you.
I'll go ahead and it's a DC 14. I believe it's a wisdom, right? Yeah. Where is it at?
They're failing with a 7.
Alright, so then I didn't have a damage modifier set up, so I will just roll 3d8s. That is 14 radiant damage.
14 points of radiant damage.
I'd like to think they're crowing, "It can't rain all the time." But they don't get to speak.
No, they don't. But the vampire does get to attack Urzak here with some claws. The 22 is gonna hit. The 9 is not.
Is this one slowed?
Yeah. That's why they can
that-
either make an action or a bonus action, not
Oh,
both.
okay. But
Oh,
they have like
oh, wait a minute.
multi-attack or something?
Yeah,
I
they
think
do have
even they only
multi-attack.
get one of their. Yeah, I think they only get one attack with their action too.
I don't think so.
Oh, close.
Yeah, pull that up again, because I don't remember that one.
And don't you get -2 to your AC?
That's AC
Yeah.
though. That,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's AC. That has nothing to do
He's
with
being
Oh,
attacked.
yeah, he's being attacked. Okay.
Actually,
I mean-
you're right. It'll be right.
Yep. Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Okay, perfect. Then it's just that first one, not the second one. 22 does hit.
It does hit, yes.
5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
They are not trying to grapple you right now. They just did the damage.
All right.
Okay, next off is another one of these. Well, let's just say what they are. They are vampires. This one is going to move 5 feet up to the wall, running on the wall 10, 15, 20, 25 to right here. They have to make the wisdom saving throw.
Do you just want to keep that same damage before the 14?
Nah, just re-roll it.
Okay.
23, nat 20, definitely saves.
So it'll be half. And that's so 5.
5 points
radiant.
damage. Okay. It howls in pain as it runs through this radiant field. The skin is kind of burning a little bit as it goes through there. It is then going to be making its attacks. This one is not slowed. It does get 2 attacks at Danika, because they are not stupid. They did see who cast the spell. 20, I assume, hits.
The 20 does hit.
10 points of slashing damage, and I'm going to need you to make a concentration check.
Concentration.
That's a con saving throw. You gotta beat a 10.
Concentration saving throw. Where's my... Listen, please forgive me, but where's my concentration? Blah blah. Where's my
top left corner?
top left?
All your
Yeah,
saves are
next
top left
to your
corner.
stats or your saves.
Next to my stats are my saves. Am I looking on the wrong page? Am I just going crazy?
Yeah, it's
Alright.
the main page of your character sheet.
Look on the very left. You'll see strength, dex.
Oh,
Right next to that.
I
top
see
left.
it.
Got it now?
Constitution. Did I click the right thing?
Yes, you did. 14. You maintained your hold on the spell.
Okay.
That is its turn. Vide, you are up next.
Okay, well, since I can't see, I'm going to pull out my trusty Moon Touch Scimitar. Can't hear you.
I said that'll definitely give you the light. What is the light total you get?
15 foot bright, an additional 15 dim.
Thank you. Vide pulls out his Moontouch Scimitar, and the room gets a little brighter.
And then, are these, like, how tall are these?
These are like about 4-foot crates. You would have to climb on them if you wanted to climb over them. I'm not going to make you roll an athletics check because it's very easy to do so. However, that area does count as difficult terrain.
For the height challenge.
Yes. Well, for the height challenge for Cog, you will have to make an athletics check, but Vide's fine. Can't hear you.
Alternatively, can I go through Cog and Danika here?
You can pass through cog space very easily.
Yeah, and Danika's space just is considered difficult terrain as well. So if you're trying to get up next to Urzak, you can do so either way.
You know, though, I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to jump up here and go here, and I'm going to attack this one.
Okay. Yeah, you jump onto the crate, start moving towards it, and slash at the zombie, or not the zombie, the vampire spawn.
Okay. And then, like, I know I pulled out my scimitar. Oh, I guess I don't have two-handed fighting, though. Never mind.
No, you
I
don't.
can't. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I'm just gonna slash. That one misses. And that one misses.
Yeah, you're rolling a damage, not attack.
Oh, I am rolling damage because I'm a dumbass. How about
Well,
that?
You're sick. There's a difference.
12's gonna miss, but the 16 does hit.
Alright, so then 7 damage to this thing.
Okay, yeah, your weapon is magical. Your slash goes through, cutting this individual across their chest, leaving a bit of an open wound. Not doing a whole lot of damage, but it's a little bit.
Okay, and I mean, that's gonna be it for now.
Okay. Next up, we got some more undead. This one can only move the 15 feet. 5, 10, 15, 5. This one is moving all the way up to there, standing on top of one of those boxes. They just kind of jump and land there, but that was their movement in action, so they cannot do anything else. Last up is the final one. This one is kind of hiding around the corner. Y'all couldn't see it, but it is going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to right there. Urzak is now basically surrounded by these vampire spawn. Uh, 17 and a 25.
17 misses.
8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
That is it for their turn. At the top of the turn order, Delphine. While you're sitting there trying to get Henrik to stop crying, you start hearing quite a lot of sounds coming from upstairs. There's first feet stomping across the floor. There's a lot of stomping, like stampedes. You hear people yelling a little bit, crying out when they're getting hit. You're definitely recognizing the sounds of battle coming from upstairs.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna first off use my bonus action to go into my blade song.
Okay.
Because that'll make me faster. And head upstairs. So my movement, I don't know if it'll matter, is gonna be... $40 feet.
Okay, well 20 or 30 feet will get you to right here. So you got 10 more feet of space, and you're right at the door. As you go running up the stairs and get to that door and look through it, you can see there is some light now from Vide's weapon. You can see the vampires basically, to you, they look like people. I don't know if you'd be able to see like their fangs at this point, but they're people, barehanded, in nice-looking clothing, all surrounding Urzak, and everyone has their weapons out and in the middle of melee combat.
I see you guys started the party without me. I'm gonna then use my action to start shooting some magic missiles. I used my bonus action, so I can't use my big thing.
Okay, so you're using magic missile?
Yeah. How high up are these planks of boards? Can I see over them?
Yes, you can. They're 4 feet tall.
Okay.
They're just different looking boxes and stuff.
I'm gonna use the
and
second
that's all,
level magic.
Some of it's wood for the coffins. So even that still is like 4 feet tall. Are you sending them all at the same one or different ones?
So I've got 4. I'm gonna send 2 to this one, and the one in front of me. So the 2 directly in front of me. So 2 will go to each of them.
Got it. Okay.
So that is 3. Why is this not easy to do when it's okay?
I honestly don't know.
So that's 6 to the front one. And 6 to the back one.
Okay. Okay, your 4 missiles go flying out of your hand, slamming into the 2, people from your perspective that are crouched on these boxes and like all around Urzak. They hiss with pain, and as they glance over and see you at the door, you would then see that, cat's eye reflection look coming from them. That's going to be it for your turn. Danika, you're up next.
Can you please draw me a 10-foot circle so I can see it?
10-foot circle, I certainly can.
I was gonna come in and set them all on fire, but
I would have really appreciated that.
I used my, but I didn't know how far away y'all would be, so I used my bonus.
Radius circle. I believe I'm going to cast Shatter.
Okay, I like it.
Did I click it? Did it pop up?
Yeah, what kind of save is it?
I think it's Wisdom. It's not popping up for me. Am I doing something wrong?
Shatter should be Constitution, I think.
Is it Constitution?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, I trust you.
Yeah,
I
you
trust
should
you
be
guys.
able, if you, on your character sheet on the main page under attacks.
That's where I've been clicking.
Are you clicking the name of the spell?
Yes.
I got this.
Let's see.
Core. Is it just me? Do you think I have to restart it?
I don't know. I'm going to try to do it for you.
I got it.
I think you're clicking it, but a pop-up should be popping up.
Oh, do you think I'm missing?
I think
I'm
you're
missing
that.
the pop-up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get a lot of them. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
I told you I was clicking it.
Wow, that was a lot of them. Let's go ahead and take the one at the bottom. That way I don't have to scroll anymore. That's a 14 damage if they fail. Let's see if they fail. Those are con saves. 1, 2, 3. Looks like all 3 of them failed. Good job. 14 points of damage all across the board.
Yay. And then I am going to use my bonus action, and I am going to give Urzak Bardic Inspiration again.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next up is the dude that Urzak you've been trading blows with. The one in the front is their turn. They look severely hurt, and it hisses in pain, and it lunges, trying to grab at you. A 13, I assume, is not gonna hit. And neither is a 12.
No, sir.
It hisses angrily. Fool mortals! I will eat you! I will drink your blood!
Kinky.
It's your turn, Urzak.
All right. We're going to start with a nice little axe chop to the one in front of me.
Okay.
21.
Hits.
Okay, I'm just going to roll damage now, just in case. This is D8 plus D6 from Hunter's Mark, plus 5. So 13 damage.
13 points of damage. Nice. Still up.
All right, next attack.
It is looking severely wounded, though.
23.
Also hits.
I will pump a first level smite into this. So this will be 3d8 plus a d6 plus 5. Uh, 27.
27 points of damage. With that second slice, you just cleave down into this creature and igniting the radiant energy that you feel from your vengeance. It explodes outward and the creature cries out in pain before being blown back. It lands against this back crate here, the remains of it, before just slouching down against it, and you just hear a hiss before it goes silent. You can see like an actual burn wound across its chest where your axe had hit. It is kind of smoldering and smoking a little bit, but it is definitely dead.
All right. With my bonus action, I'm going to turn to the one here to my left that is not slowed and say, "You're next." And I will use my Channel Divinity, Vow of Enmity. That's not a word. You can choose a creature you can see within 10 feet of you and gain advantage on attack rolls against it for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 HP or falls unconscious.
Like it. I'm going to give a green dot for you to remember that one has your Vow of Enmity. Enmity.
That's a hard word.
It is. Corwan,
I turn
next.
to everybody else and I say, "This one's mine."
Mr. Vengeance Paladin, what were you before?
A devotion.
Ah, so you went cooler. That's right.
You went cooler.
Vengeance is so much tastier.
I like this spell list so much more.
Well, he's gonna, as a bonus action, let's see, I can toss out, since I've got the scimitar lighting up the room now. We will toss out a spiritual weapon. I gotta switch back to between these two lovely individuals, and it's just gonna be, his Skelecrow friend. Just another one.
Sure, but I'm going to just use this little fist right here.
Yeah, it's fine. It works. And then he will have that attack the one to the north. Real quick, first, let me.
You're able to move it now, so if you want to move it to someone else,
Okay.
go for it.
Yeah, he's just gonna. So he's putting it there, and it's attacking. I guess the one with the yellow dot. What's the
Okay.
yellow dot mean? And I'm
Slowed.
Oh, it's even better. Get -2 to its AC. Where? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was a level 2. I hate that I have to click that every time. It's 11 force to that one. And then with his actual action, we are just going to throw, because I don't got a whole lot. You know what? We'll throw a Sacred Flame at the same one.
Okay. That deck save?
Yep. I believe so, yes. Yeah, it is a deck. Yep. Dex 14.
It's safe.
Alright, well. It's all he can really do. But yeah, so he's got his all of his Skelecrow friends flying around him. And then he's got the bigger one. Maybe that one's got like a pair of sunglasses on or something like that to differentiate that he's the leader. of the Skelecrow gang, and that is what Cog is doing.
I like it. Next up, we've got the undead that is currently in your field, Cog. So I'm going to have it roll another wisdom saving throw, and you can roll some damage. 8's a failure. Oof, 18 points of damage. Nice.
You're muted.
He's just getting pecked apart by little skeletal spectral crows. That just sounds awesome.
Now I'm just imagining the birds from Finding Nemo, but they look like skelecrows. Mine.
Love it.
Yeah, it works.
It is attacking Vide. Does this hurt? 15 to hit.
No.
Nat 20 for a 26. Hold on. Don't. Because the second attack, it tried to grab it, Vide, misses, goes to slash at Urzak as a kind of backhand. But as it hits that the armor, you feel a clang against it. The piercing still goes through, but you realize that you're immune to critical hits with this armor you're wearing.
It's adamantine, isn't it?
Well,
It's adamantine.
Didn't you attack
also,
Vide?
No, the second one was going at Urzak.
Gotcha.
wait, but since this one's slowed, it only gets one attack.
Ah, shit. Well, thanks for fucking up my narrative then.
Well, we were trying. Like, you wouldn't let anybody talk.
Well, no, I was trying to stop her from trying to cancel with that one spell that she has, the Silvery Barbs. I was trying to stop her from Silvery Barbs for that.
I would have saved you a spell slot.
Well,
just
yeah.
on protection.
Also that.
Well, it still narratively happens, god damn it, so fuck off.
Well, I was only going to use it because I thought it was attacking Vide both times.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, it still happens, whatever. He's immune to critical hits. Fuck you all. Try to do something cool.
Should I change that in my character sheet then?
Yes.
Okay. I will do so now.
I think when he goes to sleep, that armor may alter itself. It's magical.
Next undead is another one in the field, so go ahead and make your damage roll. Urzak, or Cog.
It's only 9 that time. I already saved. So
saved, so it's
4.
actually only going to be 4 points of radiant damage.
Still more than 0.
Okay, that is... So now it's its turn. It is slashing at Danika. First attack is a 25. It's gonna choose instead to hit you to grapple you, and it grabs you and kind of tackles you down to the ground. It is in pain, and it is now going to attempt to bite you.
Oh no.
That's a 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Nice. Okay, it gets you down on the ground, and it's like literally right on top of you. And it just lunges at your throat, but you push yourself to the side. Its fangs embed itself into your armor, and you are not hit.
Oh, God bless.
But it is still on top of you. You are still grappled.
Danika is currently grappled.
Vide, you're up next.
I'm just gonna attack at that guy again.
Get him.
I doubt either of it.
You're slashing at this person right here.
Yep.
14 does hit.
Okay, so 9 damage then.
because they are slowed. Okay, that's it for your turn. I assume you're not moving?
Nope.
Okay. Next up is this person who is outside the field. They have not been hit with anything radiant. So, Urzak, you are closest to them. You would see that some of the cuts on them, because they have been hit by a couple things, just none of it's been radiant. Some of their cuts begin to heal up and start to close. It is then going to be slashing at you. $14's gonna miss, the 9's gonna miss. I am rolling like shit today.
Good.
Oh wait a minute, no, that guy's slowed, so it'd have only been one attack anyway. It's okay. Next guy's attacks. This is this dude over here. At the start of his turn, he also seems to be regenerating. Because I have. No, wait a minute. No, did you hit him? This one with a smite? Or
I have not
no,
yet.
it was two
I
on
was
this
focusing
one.
my attention on the dead
Yeah.
one.
So yes, thank you for being honest. So they do regenerate. Now they're going to be attacking you. 24 and a 17. I assume the 24 does hit.
It does. The 17 does not.
Thank you. 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Delphine, top of the turn order. You're up.
The one with the green is the one that Urzak wants to go after, right?
That's my target.
Okay. I don't really know how hurt Urzak is, so I don't really want to toss a meteor in there. And this whole place is full of wood.
Yeah, maybe a no-go.
Even though this one doesn't ignite. But I mean, it does explode, so that's just up to the GM. We're gonna not risk it. We'll do a third. Let's do magic missile again.
Instead, I'll cast Fireball. That'll be better.
Yeah.
Well,
Do that.
so Melf's minute meteors is like, it's better than Fireball because it's more condensed. It's only a 5-foot explosion, but it's still an explosion in a coffin house. So we'll just do another second level magic missile at we'll go with the one that is not in Cog's area.
Okay.
Oh, you broke up the perfect max damage.
Hey, still 18 points of damage isn't bad.
Yeah.
Your 4 bolts come flying out of your hand, slamming into the vampire spawn over there that's crouched on that box. It hisses in pain and is looking back at you.
Come get me.
Danika, you are up next. You are currently lying prone on the ground, and a vampire spawn is on top of you. What are you doing?
Danika's gonna try to squirm her way out of the vampire spawn's grip.
Okay, that is your action. It's an athletics check.
Can't it be dexterity? Does it have to be athletics?
It has to be athletics. Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. Yeah, you can use dexterity. That's fine. Or
Okay.
acrobatics, I mean.
Acrobatics,
Yeah,
yeah.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
I played too many different games with too many different skills.
14.
14 is enough to wiggle your way out and get out of their grasp. It's also going to take you 10 feet to, it's going to take half of your movement, not 10 feet, half of your movement, 15 feet to get back up again.
That's okay. Let me see. I am going to I think I am going to cast man, oh man. Can I please cast? Oh no, that was my whole movement, wasn't it?
That was half your movement, so you got
That was
15 feet.
But that was your action.
Yeah,
Yeah, my bonus.
You still have a bonus action and 15 feet of movement.
I think I am okay for right now. But yeah, I think I'm okay for right now.
Okay. That's going to be it for your turn. Let's see, next up is Urzak.
Cool. So I will use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to the target that I have Vow of Enmity on.
Okay.
And that's just, that doesn't cost a spell slot or anything. That's just on subsequent turns I can move it to another
It's your
target.
bonus action.
Yep, that's
Well,
your bonus action. But yeah.
And then I will start swinging. So these are at advantage because of Vow of Enmity. First attack. 16.
16 does hit.
Okay, we will do a normal damage roll on that. 8 damage. Oh, plus a d6. 11 damage.
11 damage.
Second attack. 26.
Definitely hits.
We'll burn a second level slot for a second level smite. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4d8 and a d6 plus 5 for 30 damage.
30 points of damage. Nice. You hack with the second time with your battle axe, cutting deep into the shoulder of the vampire spawn as it ignites in that radiant flame. It just burns, and you can smell the cooking flesh, and you can hear it sizzling. 30 damage is quite a bit. It looks very hurt. It is not dead yet, however.
Okay. And I will say, just for flavor's sake, Urzak's smites have changed where before it was like a warm golden light. Now it's just like a cold, sterile, just grayish white.
I like it. Corwan, you're up next.
I guess, is this the one that landed on top and tried to bite Danika?
Yes.
And how's he looking? He's taking a few rounds of radiant from my guardian.
He's taken a
right?
round of radiant.
Well, I mean, Cog, I guess because he's small, he can, move into a space of a creature larger than him. He's just gonna kind of push Danika, so he's like, "Excuse me, dear, excuse me," and then he's gonna walk up. He's like, "I don't know who raised you. Not the second time, the first one. But we ask ladies for consent where I'm from." And then he's just gonna punch him right in the balls. But when he does it, he's doing Cog's bad touch, and I'm gonna use the nat 20 because I know radiant. I mean, so I guess it would. I'm sure that's gonna hit a nat 20.
Well, yeah, a nat 20 is gonna hit. You're using
Inflict wounds.
Inflict wounds
Yeah.
is what it actually is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Well, everybody
Bad
knows that's
touch.
Cog's bad touch. So I mean, it's normally 3d6. Should I just roll that twice, or you want me to roll 6 or 6? Sorry, it's 3d10. Should I just roll that twice
Yeah,
or do
no, just roll
or
it
just
together.
once and double it?
Yeah, just once and just roll it once and double it. That's how we normally do that sort of thing.
Because I know it's a vampire. I know. Well, I'm sure Cog would know that vampires might be. I clicked on you. Good guy. You gonna make me? Okay. All right. So I mean, it would be twice. It'd be 40, but I mean, it is necrotic.
Well, no, that's the attack. That's not the damage.
Oh, why did it only do the attack?
Just
All
click
right,
on.
yes, okay.
Yeah, just
there.
click on it.
No, it should be level 2, not level 1. 19. Well, it's no bad. Oh wait, it is level 1. I'm sorry, 16. So 32.
30. Yeah, okay. 32 points of necrotic damage as you you reach out and touch them. You can feel the energy flowing into them. However, they do seem to resist the necrotic damage.
It's fine. And then he's also going to have the spiritual weapon, his beefy, cooler, sunglass-wearing Skelecrow, turn around and hit him as well. So that's 17. And I'm assuming that hits.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be 10 force on top of that.
10 points of force damage on top of that same person?
Yep.
You got it. The vampire spawn does look bloodied at this point.
Yeah. That'll work. And I guess, since he is small, can he, because I can move through spaces of creatures larger than me. Could he share Danika's space, or do I have to?
Oh, no, you can share Danika's space? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just going to stay there. He's going to stay put with her.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the benefits of being small.
So we're together, but so she can see we're really on top of each other, but I'm just going to put him next to it, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
So just imagine 15 feet from that area is also his too.
Okay, next up we have the first of the vampires that are in the radiant field. New wisdom saving throw. 17 does save. 7 points of damage.
And it does say affected creatures, it's a difficult terrain for him, but since he passed, is that still the difficult terrain happen?
They're not moving, so it doesn't matter either way.
I
guess technically no, it would still be considered difficult terrain.
Okay, because I didn't know if it was since he saves, is it difficult? Or
it's difficult regardless.
Because it just says affected, yeah.
Okay, this one is going to be attacking Vide, I think. Yeah. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 points of slashing damage to you. That one is slowed, so it cannot make another attack. It is just stuck there. The one that Cog just bad touched, it needs to make its wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit! Damn it! My goodness, he failed.
I know. That was a great roll.
That was a good roll.
Bam!
So that's 11.
11 points of radiant damage. Whittling these guys down in the radiant field. It looks directly at you, Cog. It is pissed off, and it is slashing at you. 22 is definitely gonna hit.
Yeah.
8 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a con saving throw. Uh, 17 does save. You are good. Second attack. That one is not. That is a nat 20.
Silvery barbs.
Okay, silvery barbs as your reaction. 17 instead. Does that hit?
Doesn't hit.
Does not
18.
hit. Nice. Okay, silvery barbs saving you at that last minute, and he misses.
Thank you, Delphine.
I got you.
Vide, you're up next.
I have a feeling like Danika just felt a little air just up her skirt a little bit as I. I'm gonna give the.
Make Todd blush.
I'm gonna give the advantage to Urzak.
Thank you.
So from Cog's
I don't need it.
perspective,
Yeah, technically
skirt
Urzak doesn't
fluttered
need
and-
it.
You can give it to Vide.
Yeah, I'll give it to Vide.
There you go.
So wait, what's that? I get
You have
advantage?
advantage.
Do get advantage on your next attack.
Oh, perfect.
And the one directly in front of you is looking very, very hurt.
Well, it's a good thing I'm going after that one. 15?
15 just... Oh, it would just hit, but they're slowed. So yes, it definitely hits.
Okay, so 15 of that for 8 damage.
8 points of damage.
Is it still up?
Yes.
Okay, give it another 4 damage.
4 more points of damage. It is looking extremely hurt, but it is still up.
Okay, that should be it, because I mean, I really can't do anything else.
You don't have a bonus action? Okay.
No, not really.
Okay, next up is this individual here. Now that you've moved, Cog, they're actually in the... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because you're right here with them.
he's gonna
It's
get
still
everybody now.
technically,
Yeah.
So, wisdom saving throw from that dude. 14, I believe, just saves.
Yes, 14 matches. So yeah, 16, so 8.
So 8 points of radiant damage. It hisses in pain. It is going to attack Urzak. One in a 15. Yeah, they both miss.
He's slowed anyway.
Oh yeah, it is slowed, so it doesn't matter either way. Next up is the one that you are currently, like, in your vengeance targeting. That one is not slowed. They need to make their wisdom saving throw real quick. 16
Yeah,
saves.
So 5.
5 points of damage. Okay. Let's see here.
Hit me. Do it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is going to do. Seven and a 26. The 26 would be a critical, but you're immune to criticals. But it is still technically an attack. It does still hit.
Yes.
So it's going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Top of the turn order, Delphine.
I'm just gonna firebolt the one in that back corner. Yeah. Natural 20
Nice.
Go.
for 18 damage.
Well, it says
7 was the base, and then the 11, it rolls it
the
automatically
11,
through.
I'm looking at it, it says 2d10.
Yeah, I rolled
Yeah,
2d10.
oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Level 5.
5,
It goes
level
up
5.
a die.
Yeah, I forget. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So 18 points of damage. Nice.
Ash just redeemed an advantage for whoever might need it.
Nice. Okay. Well, Delphine definitely didn't. Okay. Are you moving or anything, Delphine?
Yeah, I'll move up to behind Cog.
Okay.
You know what? It'd be difficult terrain.
Yeah, if you're like wanting to move through people or anything.
5. Would I be able to make it to the chick I just firebolted?
Yeah, if you go right here
I
where
will-
that is, like, you'd be
Yeah,
standing on
okay.
a box, but yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Well, I told you to come to me. So I guess I'll come to you.
Next up, we got Danika.
Yay. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the one right in front of me.
Right in front of you. Like it. That is a wisdom saving throw. Rolled an 11. That's a failure.
And that is 10 psychic damage.
And it must immediately use its reaction to move as far away from you as possible.
Yay, okay.
Okay. 10 points of psychic damage. And this is forced movement, which means it does not provoke opportunity attacks. It is going to just climb over and start running around Urzak 10, 20, 25, 30 feet to right there. Just goes scrambling around, through everybody, up over its two companions, and ends up right about here.
Okay, Danika is gonna step to move up here so she has like a higher vantage.
Yeah, absolutely. You climb onto one of those big piles of wooden boards.
And that should be it.
Urzak, you're up next.
Urzak's getting tunnel vision on this one vampire spawn, and there's like this sort of crazed look in his eye, and he's grinning like that fake awful smile, but now it's just like really scary. And I will
It
take
wasn't scary before?
the first attack, but now it's meant to be scary.
Now it's scarier because now he's got blood all over his face.
15.
15 just hits.
Okay. D8, D6, plus 5. 14 damage.
14 points of damage. It's looking very, very hurt.
Second attack. Come on, baby. Alright, 21.
21 also hits.
Do a first level smite, so 3d8 plus a d6 plus 5. 25 damage.
25 points of damage. Yeah, more than enough to take this creature out. You slash at it, bisecting the head completely off of its body. The head goes flying as the body just crumples down. That it for your turn?
Yes. Actually, I will use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to the one running away.
Okay, one running away. I like it. Corwan, you're up next.
Well, he'll have, with his bonus action, he's going to have the crow turn around and just kind of look all menacing at him. Well, I mean, can you look menacing at sunglasses? No, you look cool. But still, he's going to have it hit him. Oh, a 20 will hit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 6 force to this one.
6 points of force damage.
And with his action, the guy that's running away, he doesn't really have. There's too much in the way for him to get a good shot at him.
From where
So
you
he
are,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, so he's just gonna, this one up here, he's going to do a guiding bolt on him. That is a 19 to hit the one on the crate next to Vide.
19's enough to hit him.
So that is 13 radiant to him, and he is glowing bright and pretty.
Not only is he glowing bright and pretty, but as your radiant bolt strikes it in the chest, it just burns through the thing's stomach. You see, like, it just sizzle and pop as the creature screams in agony before falling down to the ground, dead.
And then he's just going to kind of move forward a little bit, and as he's doing that, he's just going to be whispering, MVP, MVP, and he's just coming up, because he's tooting his own horn. He's not going to get in front of her. He saw the weird, creepy blood smile on his face. So he is just going to kind of stand behind him. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to get involved in. And he's just going to hang out.
Okay, that's it for your turn. Next up, we've got the undead that was scared and forced to run thanks to that dissonant whispers. It's looking back at you all, seeing the way the tides are turning. So, remember when Danika did that shatter spell? Well, it affects other things too. Some of the boards broke and shattered. Some of the crates around that area did too. And one of the things that it affected was the floorboards. Now, it wasn't so much that it looked like they were in danger of collapsing or anything, but there was some stress on it. And you realize this fact as the vampire slams its foot down into the ground using its first attack, which just breaks a hole through their already weakened wood right underneath it, and it goes dropping down. You hear a faint sound of "Ah!"
Faint?
Well, you're right, not faint at all. It's not faint. It's not faint. You just hear this sound of a blood-curdling scream coming from down below. I'll go ahead and put a hole on there for you. Give me 1 second. But that happened. There you go. There's the hole.
Oh, cool.
So, not quite sure what's going on down there, but yeah. Anyway, that's it for that one's turn. Vide, you're up next.
Okay, well, I mean, there's only one guy left, so come up here and hit him. 9 damage.
Yep, that is definitely...
And 10 damage, because I got a crit.
Okay. Vide, why don't you tell me how this looks, as this is at least the last vampire on this floor?
I figure, first of all, I just, jump off the crate. Probably just step on this vampire here, because who cares? And just run over there. And I slash at him once, and I guess hit him in the shoulder and slash at him the second time and get his head clean off.
Yeah, it sure does. The head goes tumbling and just bounces along the wood before resting in the corner next to a crate. The rest of the body drops down and just lies silent, clearly dead. That's it for your turn. Delphine, you're up next. You can hear screaming coming from downstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump down that hole. Hold on, I gotta move this hand first.
Okay.
5, 10.
How many
15,
feet is that?
5, 10, 15.
Perfect. In that case, you're going to end up right there, dropping. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
$16.
16 is enough to maintain your footing. you're only going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you stick the landing a little bit.
And okay, as I come down, I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade and stab.
Okay, so
this vampire.
here's what you see when you land. Okay, when you land, you look over, and this vampire is on top of this guy, Henrik. Its mouth is buried in his neck. She is clearly drinking from his blood. She looks up. And as she does, like her mouth is just ringed in blood, she hisses at you with the fangs still dripping with that crimson liquid, and your blade glows green as the flames ignite around it. What are you doing?
I need to finish this. Well, Urzak will be coming down behind me. Hopefully.
Fall doesn't kill me.
You know what? I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna bonus action cast Hex before I stab her.
Okay, because Green Flame Blade is an action. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Absolutely hex her. I'll give you a different looking thingy. Do that.
Why? Why do you always do this to me, Green Flame Blade? Every time you never roll. Oh, that is the attack. Never mind.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
That's gonna miss.
A 10 is going to miss. And like the vampire is on top of the guy, drinking from his blood. She looks up as you're stabbing at her with that green blade. The vampire just rolls to the side. Your weapon goes right past her into the chest of Henrik.
Oops.
Whoops.
Did I do that?
Yeah. Not that it matters, but curious what damage would be.
Oh my god.
We don't count the force damage. It's just the piercing. But anyway. That's it for your turn. Danika, you're up next.
Danika is probably closer to the stairs, so I think she's going to run down the stairs. Or at least part way.
Let's see. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 would get you right there.
Perfect. Danika is going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Yeah, you'd be able to. Dissonant Whispers. Wisdom saving throw.
Dissonant Whispers.
17.
Oh, well. DC save 15.
So yeah, that is a success. It's going to take half the damage, which is 5 points of damage. That it for your turn?
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Urzak, you're up next.
Okay, I will move 15 feet to the hole and jump down.
And jump down right on top of Delphine.
Look out below!
Literally right below you in the hole. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from the both of you.
Can I? Is it okay if I use that advantage that Ash gave us?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I might need it.
Yeah, you needed it.
Yeah, I did.
You definitely needed it. I think 15 is good enough. You hear him, Delphine. You hear him clomping up to the hole, yelling, "Look out below!" And then jumping. You roll to the side as he falls downward. Boom! You are going to take some damage because it is a higher than 10-foot fall. However, you're only taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage, Urzak.
Cool. 3 points of damage.
And that was just movement.
I'm pretty hurt, but that's okay. Attack. I will do so. First one. not at advantage. 26.
26 does hit.
That will be 12. Oh, plus d6 because I moved Hunter's Mark. 17 damage.
17 points of damage.
All right.
Still up.
And the second attack is a 23.
Also hits.
I will burn my last spell slot for a smite. So 3d8 and a d6 plus 5 for 29 damage.
29 points of damage. Urzak, tell us as you cleave this last thing down, tell us how that looks.
It's in the same moment as like jumping down the hole. He just yells down at Delphine, just look out below, and just crashes through the floor and like comes down with like his both hands on the axe and just like fully just chops like a piece of wood.
Absolutely.
Squishy little piece of wood.
It's definitely squishy. It's almost like smashing an overripe melon with your axe, but you certainly do, and the creature cries out in pain and then drops dead. And there you all stand in that moment, victorious, though no
Another
doubt kind of hurt.
innocent person's dead.
Would lay on hands help Henrik at all?
You're not sure. You're looking down at him. You can see that his neck has been ripped open and blood is just squirting out. Like, squirting out. Have you ever seen an artery cut? That's what's happening right now. Just all into a pool on the ground.
I'll try 2 points of lay on hands to see if that does anything.
Yeah, you reach down and touch him and pump some healing into him or attempt to. But there is no response. He is definitely dead.
Well,
what about the rest of you? What are you all doing?
Well,
Frank's gonna go down the stairs because he ain't going through any fucking hole.
why not? Have fun.
So yeah.
do you want me to just go grab these bones while I'm up here?
Where I guess were they?
They were
up
in his
here?
bedroom. His
In this
bedroom,
other
right?
room over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were in the room with the magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guy did specifically say that they were in a chest under his bed. And if you go, Vide, and open up the door, you can see that you pass through a little bit of a sitting kitchen area, and then you head into the next area and do find his bedroom. There's a chest of drawers, there's a wardrobe, there's a bed and a chair and a table and all that, and underneath the bed you do find a small chest.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and then head downstairs.
Okay.
Is there anything else of notice? Because Danika's going to go up there with Vide. Is there anything else of notice in his room? Or can I do a perception check to see if there's anything notable?
That would be an investigation check, but you absolutely can.
Investigation. I got a 7.
Yeah, you kind of look around a little bit, but in the modest bedchamber, it like I said, it holds a cot, several well-made pieces of furniture, but other than that, you don't really find a whole hell of a lot.
What about if Danika looks back upstairs around, let's say she goes back to the room where all the vampires are. Actually, checking back on the vampires, is there anything noticeable left on their corpses? Of corpse. Perception?
Yeah, that's another investigation check.
Investigation. a 6, even better.
Yeah. You kind of check out the bodies of the vampire. They're wearing nice clothes. The ladies all have very small brass necklaces that they wear. They honestly don't look like they're worth very much. Other than that, you don't find any items on them.
Okay, what about anything around the room?
The only thing really of note is when you go to examine the crates that they were in, you find that there is a layer of dirt at the bottom of each crate, about maybe about an inch or so of dirt.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Danika will make her way back downstairs too.
Okay.
And she'll tell everybody, I saw nothing up there, nothing noticeable.
Absolutely. Well, you make your way back down and head over to the rest of the group. Well, Danika, I imagine, is the last to arrive downstairs since she's been rolling the bodies and all that. Vide comes down with that chest. The chest is not locked, and if you open it, you will find a very old set of moldy bones.
Guess we might as well get these back to the church.
Right?
Doesn't
we
look
should
like this
probably-
guy's gotta worry too much anymore.
Yeah, we should probably go. This is kind of a crime scene now.
Wow. Vide. Wow. We're just such awesome people. We kill everyone when we meet.
Hey,
Danika, oh, sorry.
this
Go on,
one's,
I'm sorry.
I will say this one. They jumped through the floor and got him. Like that's just fate. He had the chance to leave.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say,
actually,
didn't-
we told
we
him
didn't-
to stay. We said we were going to protect him. I said I was going to protect him.
Well, you did a real
No,
good job.
Then you just see, like, it almost shatters Kagalo. You see his eyes, like, almost start to well up. He's like, you're right. I did.
I'm so sorry. Danika feels like terrible.
No. And he's just going to kind of walk out.
Danika will make her way over to one of the empty caskets, and she'll open one. And she'll turn to Cog and she'll go, well, the least we can do is lay him to rest.
Oh, in an empty box? Is there
Well,
something
well,
nice he can lay on?
Would you prefer him to lay on the floor with the rest of the vampire?
I don't know. What about Granny? What would she think?
Well, at least I wasn't taking advantage of children.
He was.
No, you were just making them piss their pants.
He
Apparently.
was not a bad guy. We were thinking maybe he was a bad guy. He wasn't a bad guy. He was put into a situation where he was terrified and threatened. And if it was one of, I guess, did they use any of the vampire? Did they like match the description at all, or?
They did not.
Well, look what was brought into his house. I mean,
What was the
I can't-
magic thing upstairs?
the
I'm
bones.
gonna ritual cast the detect magic just to make sure that it is the bones that is magic.
It is the bones that are radiating
Okay.
magic.
Just so there are no other surprises.
Yeah. Casting the spell again. Other than the bones, you do not notice any other magical auras. Well, with that completed, I imagine you're all heading back to the church.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
The five of you.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, can we at least like put the vampires' bodies in some of these coffins and like try and clean up a little bit, because we very visibly came to the front door, knocked, people saw us, and then we went around back, left later, and all of a sudden Hendrik's dead. I think we need to like clean up after ourselves a little bit here, folks.
I agree.
I mean, what if we just told the town guard that vampires got in?
I mean, that is what happened.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, there
yeah.
are vampire bodies laying around too.
Yeah, I mean, but
One of which tore into his neck.
there's still the possibility that whoever threatened him could be working with old bee farm. So I don't know if we could really tell them, because are they going to believe us?
I mean, there's a lot of evidence that points to there maybe being vampires here.
Yeah, but they could just say, "Oh, well, you guys brought them. We're the outsiders here." We got to remember that.
Here's the point.
It's true. It is a good point.
Nobody knew us until, yeah, damn right I have a point. Nobody knew us until, all of a sudden, boom, we show up and the people start dying.
Hey, pal, I'm on your side this time. Lay off.
I'm just, yeah. No, I was emphasizing your point. So yeah, we need to play it really, really safe here from now on. I mean, I get it. I was the one saying we need to go question the Baron, question this, see what's going on. We need to slow down a bit, I think, and just kind of watch our steps. We've already got Strahd after us. Do we need Demon Bee Farm and whatever the hell he is?
A thought occurs.
Let's,
Vampires, right? Like, do we have reason to believe that he's the one that sent them?
I mean, he's got a demonic arm of some kind, but I don't...
I'm not talking about...
Oh, you're talking about Strahd.
Yeah.
Well, they have to be somehow attached to him. Maybe he wanted the bones so he could attack the church. Maybe there's something more important there. Or did the bones not only protect the church, but maybe the town? Did it some kind of the aura radiate past? I guess we'd have to ask the father that.
Well, the people in the town seem to act like he doesn't exist.
Well,
So
no, I don't
that's
think that's it. Because I mean, they keep saying like this ritual for the blazing sun. I mean, I think they know he exists. I think it's more of that's a smokescreen. That's something else.
It might be kind of like the smiling. It's against the law to say it out loud that he exists. I don't know. We don't really know much about this town except for that you get whipped in a square if you don't smile.
Yeah, I mean, like the werewolves do his bidding too. So I mean, they're all hunting these big ass wolves, and I'm sure they've come across the werewolves and stuff, or the dire wolves, or whatever they are. They do his bidding. They have to know he exists.
I'll start using prestidigitation to start cleaning Urzak, the blood off of Urzak.
Oh, yeah. I guess I got a little carried away.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later, buddy.
Talk about what?
Oh, I don't know. What got into you up there? I don't know. I mean, we taught you about the creepy smile. I mean, we tried to force you to smile for the children, and holy shit, it was terrifying then. It's a lot worse when you're covered in blood. So, anything new going on?
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I mean, I'm not going to push. Anytime you want to talk.
I tell you what, we'll talk about it when we're not in an active crime scene.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. I'm not strong enough to move the bodies from upstairs, but I can help clean up.
I got it.
Just drop him down the hole.
You know what? Maybe I will.
Well, so after a bit of time, we'll say probably about an hour or so of throwing bodies down the hole, making the room look like a Jackson Pollock painting. Those with prestidigitation having to clean up the mess again. It's a bit of time, but eventually you can all leave the coffin maker's shop with vampires shoved in coffins, the coffin maker shoved in a coffin. No more blood, at least on the walls and on yourselves or anything like that. Corpses bleeding out inside wooden coffins, and a scene. Not quite as grisly as it could have been, but a scene nonetheless. Imagine you all take the bones from there back to the church, which is where we're going to pick things up next time here on Sonnet of Blood. However, since you are returning the bones back to the church, I'll go ahead and say that that is the next milestone to level up.
Let's go.
Yay!
So that way I can give you a couple weeks to level up your characters before we get into the next game.
Do it right now.
Well, while they're doing that, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us during their first real vampire fight. Always a lot of fun. As always, we like to go around our table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. Joe, you're the one who did the recap, so why don't you go ahead and go first?
Well, besides played COG here on Wednesdays, every other, I guess, typically on Mondays, except this Monday, we didn't play. I am Zolos Vonneguth in our Aether Shanties campaign. Things are getting nuts over there. We just jumped into, I guess, the Astral Sea. Is that where we are?
Basically. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and we have no idea what the fuck we're doing or how to read anything or really do anything. So that's fun. But other than that, Blood from Stone on Twitter and things like that. Come say hi, and we can make fun of conservatives together.
Okay, Natalie, you go next.
Hi, my name is Natalie. You can find me here as Danika on Curse of Strahd every other Wednesday. Or you can probably find me on some sort of social media, probably most likely under Batty Natty.
Okay.
That's about it.
That's about it. Dyto, you're next.
Hello, I am Dyto. You can find me on the internet at Dyto11. I am usually here on alternate Mondays with Ether Tech Wars, except for this Monday. I will be out of town, so I will not be there. And then I'm here every other Wednesday from that. Usually you can find me over on Lost Caravan, but I'm just doing a bunch of behind-the-scenes things. I'm not really streaming over there in the next month or so.
Right on. Marty, you're next.
Hey, you can find me on the Bard Rock Network, and I have some breaking news. Tomorrow, a new show is coming out on the Bard Rock Network that I'm actually not in for once. So if you like, God, what's the game called? Blades in the Dark. Go check out Blades in Paradise. It's they're playing that game. It seems like a cool premise, cool setting. The first episode premieres to the public tomorrow. So go check that out, and then I'll have more stuff in the coming weeks and months.
Right on. Brandie, you're next.
Hi, I'm Brandie. You can find me here every other Wednesday playing Vide on Cursed Strahd. And then the opposite Mondays, every other Monday playing Maiko, the dancing child on Aether Tech Wars. I'm also on all the socials as River Dragon 82. That's River with a Y. Dragon 82. Don't really do much, but I'm there.
Okay. Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me every Monday and Wednesday here running games for these crazy people. This month, you can also find me over on All on the Table TTRPG. I'm going to be playing Pathfinder this next Saturday, which is going to be the 12th or 13th, sorry. Playing my Catfolk Rogue, Tybal Toldrum. Love playing him. You can catch that at 2 p.m. on Saturday, like I said, the 13th. That's about it for this week, though. So, yeah. Well, on behalf of everyone here in the Curse of Strahd campaign and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may you live until you die.
Until you die.
Good die.
Good night, everybody. And stick around. I'm going to be raiding somebody.